Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. I'm Emily with Emcologique. I'm back after a super long hiatus. I have not been on YouTube in a very long time, but I have been up to a lot of great things, which I will update you guys on today. I've had a really great opportunity just a month ago, tomorrow actually, I was a part of the Youth Innovation Showcase. And I actually was able to talk to the Kelowna Capital News as well about that, which is super awesome. And the Youth Innovation Showcase is within BC and the Yukon in Canada, and pretty much what it is young people showing off their innovations. And it was a really cool experience. It was honestly a really great experience for me, mostly kind of just solidifying a pitch, which is quite a hard thing to do. Yeah, so now I have like a more solid pitch. I'm better able to talk about what exactly I'm doing with Emcologique and that kind of thing pretty easily, which is pretty awesome. And I also met a bunch of great people. I connected with some of them on social media after, and it was just really cool just seeing other people's creativeness, other people's innovations, especially a lot of them were related to medical devices and that kind of thing. So it's really awesome knowing that young people are working on these great projects, and it's super inspirational. Yeah, and the Youth Innovation Showcase reached out to me a couple days ago and told me about this Global Innovation Showcase, which is super cool sounding. I wanted to join, but unfortunately I just missed the cut. I think it was a little bit late, like signing up. It was actually for today. But I wanted to take this opportunity to be inspired to actually post something and to actually share kind of what I was going to share in that Global Innovation Showcase. Yeah, so I'm posting this to my YouTube now. I hope you enjoy it. I will be sharing a poem that I wrote in April, kind of surrounding the COVID issues, and kind of you'll get to see like my perspective on diseases and human adaptations and that kind of thing. My background is in health science, so I basically studied the environment, public issues, legislation, all the kind of stuff that surrounds human health. And humans are super interesting creatures, and we actually have a lot to learn about adaptation from outside animals like birds, all that kind of thing. I know I've kind of touched on these subjects a little bit, but you'll get to see my writing in a poem. And that was another thing that I was always meaning to post on my YouTube, but I never got around to it. It's actually kind of a scary thing, just reading my poetry on the internet. And it's also scary dancing on the internet. So that was kind of my I kind of dropped off the face of YouTube for quite a while, and now I'm back. So I will read you that poem, give you a bit of a rundown of what I've been up to lately, some of the hurdles I've been facing, and all that. Anyways, I'm going to read you my poem now. I know that I've been kind of delaying it, but here it goes. Like the birds, I rise with the sun. My thoughts dance around the past and the future as I watch the day break. I'm too aware to fall back to sleep, but I'm too lazy to leave the warmth of my bed. If I pry myself up, I will not regret it. From my patio, I now sit in blankets and robes, just warm enough to enjoy my surroundings. I sit and I listen to the mini dinosaurs singing their songs. I've had a stuffed up nose lately, and I haven't been able to figure out why. But this makes me think. Regardless of human issues, nature moves forwards. Flowers will still bloom, trees will still drop fluffs, my nose will still run, and my eyes will still get itchy. No matter what's going on in the lives of humans, no matter what may ruin us tomorrow, the birds will still know they need to mate, the sun will continue to rise at 5:45 a.m. on an April morning. No matter how many coronaviruses crash stock markets, the sun will still rise. No matter how many humans go insane, the birds will still search for a means of spreading their genetics. If we don't learn from what's happening around us and stop ourselves from our toxic ways, we will no longer rise with the sun. We will find our demise in our pursuit for happiness. The American dream is no more. No more. No more pubs, no more poetry slams, no more motivational speakers, no more. No more. No more fear-mongering, no more shaming, no more band-aids, no more hate, no more wars, no more separatism, and no more othering. Humans can rise like phoenixes from the fire. Humans can see science for what it truly is, a hypothesis. Hypothesis means it can be suggested to be right or wrong, but the answer is open-ended. There's no definite in science. But we rely on it as if it's the be-all and end-all. Science is a helpful tool, but it's not the only one we possess. We have powerful brains that are capable of more than one subject. We understand communication, literacy, numerology, politics, biological processes, chemical reactions, and art to mirror our surroundings and our minds. One thing all these skills have in common is that they are not as concrete as the nature we see by peering out from our tiny lives. We have dinosaurs outside our front doors, supermoons suspended in a sheet blanketing our skies. The only concrete thing we have right now is the nature that surrounds us. It has always been there for us throughout our logical inventions and destructions. It has supported us and let us down. And it expects nothing in return except for respect. But we have taken it for all it's worth and gotten greedy to use it past its limits. Our bodies are pretty basic. We cannot see small microbes alone. We cannot see our inner organs with just our eyes. And we cannot put a bunch of wood on a lake and hope to have a sturdy bridge. We use our brains to plan for these tasks to be performed. We have a very strong tool that allows us to advance and to live in harmony with the world around us. But bliss is not so easy to achieve. We get so far into our own heads that we may forget our harmonious purposes. We quit focusing on what we are able to see, and we get greedy for all the world's riches. We let our main tool become our worst foe when it should be our best friend. If we take 5 steps back to learn from our surroundings again, we may find ourselves just a little bit closer to a life of peace. If we see this virus as a wake-up call, we might put less weight on our imagined systems. We might start noticing what beautiful life and land and waters surround us. We might see that focusing our lives on gaining an imagined dollar sign in a bank account isn't the best way to live. We may find ourselves truly happy once more. Empires have grown to collapse. Just open a history book to see. Did we actually think the Western dream was immune to this tragedy? The sun and the birds will still rise every morning. Would we like to continue joining them or not? All right, so I know that was a little bit depressing, a little bit dark, but that's kind of the state of mind I was in April. And also I feel like a lot of people were probably in that kind of state of mind, like with coronavirus up and coming, everything closed. It was definitely a depressing time. But I still have similar opinions. Obviously, I still think like science has been very relied upon for, like, again, like I said, like the be all and end all. And I feel like personally, I was really pushed towards a career in science and like told to suppress my artistic side. I was really good at poetry when I was in elementary school and high school. I loved English class, but I was told, like, university, don't take any arts. You're going to waste your time. You're not going to get a job. So yeah, I'm definitely like relearning those artistic sides of myself, writing poetry, writing in general. I've always had interest in like acting and being in front of a camera. I genuinely wanted to be an actress when I was in elementary school. And then when I got to high school, I wanted to join the school drama team. And I remember my friends saying, to quote Mean Girls, it's social suicide. And I'm here to tell you that it's definitely not social suicide. And a big part about Emcologique is just embracing who you personally are, embracing nature, and just going with it, using your own skills and your knowledge to, I don't know, do what I do, make a big combination of something you love. And yeah, I love science. You can tell in my poetry that it's pretty scientific. I've talked with friends who are like the other side, who are super creative and can't write scientifically. I don't think science and art are as separate as I believed before. And yeah, I guess kind of what I've come through since writing this. This was in mid-April. And I know I had like some personal issues. I had some death in my family related to COVID. It was a pretty crazy time overall, but I've like been dealing with personal struggles and honestly just a lot of personal growth within the past few months. So I guess April, May, June, 3 months of me like trying to figure out how to start a business has been crazy. I am in Kelowna, BC, and I was hoping to have some nature exploration stuff ready for the summer. Actually, I've already missed like my date. It was supposed to start this past week. And yeah, I wasn't able to find a venue. It was hard because I don't have a lot of like the legal like registration stuff. And just like not knowing who to approach and who to pitch my ideas to. And it was just honestly like, I just don't know. I didn't know where to go. Now I'm kind of taking a different approach and I guess refocusing back onto like social media and having, I guess, like more of a portfolio to present to people. And yeah, so that's where I'm coming through right now. I know like in April, I had all these great ideas and like I wanted to have something solid for July. And I do still want to have something solid for July. It's just not necessarily going to be exactly what I was imagining. And that's the thing with like creative things. It's like you have this vision in your head and it's like, how do I make it real? So right now I am, yeah, like I said, trying to re-tap into social media and just like reaching out to local organizations in Kelowna and just trying to pitch to them what I'm doing and how I can maybe share my knowledge or help people to understand themselves better through nature. And yeah, something I'm super passionate about, and I hope that you guys enjoyed my poem. I hope that you enjoy this video in general, and I hope that I will be on a better track for the rest of this summer to actually share more with you guys. Yeah, when you're dealing with personal stuff, it's just like insane, and I'd always been told like, forget your personal issues and just come to work, and that's just really not possible as an entrepreneur. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs may forget that and they get so in their heads, they're like, I can't do anything. And I've definitely been there. So just, yeah, if you're an entrepreneur or if you're just a general creative and you want to share your work with people, like get out of your own head and please just go in nature or work out or something, like you will feel better. I know a lot of people have been struggling lately with like obviously emotional and like personal issues. But my advice to you is to feel whatever you need to feel and just, yeah, use your creativity as an outlet and physical exercise and nature. Just, I know for me, sometimes like I'll be so in my head of I have to do this, this, and this. And even when I'm trying to relax, my brain is on overdrive. So just by staring at the lake and staring at the waves, the ducks, whatever, it really helps me to calm down. And I recommend that for you if you're feeling the same way. But anyways, thank you so much for listening and for watching. I will be, hopefully, more on the social media life. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys again in the future. And take care, please. Bye.